merch shop, and Patreon if you wish to support me.
Video time, enjoy!
Stunning Strike. I left this out of the gunk video on purpose because I normally don't want you to go into melee with that build, but there are cases where going into melee is an optimal approach. You'll most likely have the mobility to run up to them to stun. When is the right time to go into melee to stun? That's what we'll try to figure out today. Welcome to Pack Tactics. Stunning Strike. Starting at 5th level, when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 key point to attempt a Stunning Strike. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn. Stun condition. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Incapacitated condition. An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions. Also, another thing, this condition ends concentration. I don't know why it doesn't say this in the condition itself, but rather the concentration rules. I find this annoying. I had to jump to 4 different places to figure out Stunning Strike. Anyways, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, that's usually a 65% chance to hit with point buy and grabbing +2 dex every ASI. If you do hit, then the creature has to make a con save. Usually that's a 50% chance of failing the save, but that's if you're increasing your wisdom every ASI instead of dex. But if you increase your wisdom, your chance to hit dips to 60%. There's an ability score problem here, but mathematically improving your dexterity, that's your chance to hit, damage, and initiative, is the optimal way to improve Stunning Strike first, because you're investing your points into more things from the monk kit. Wisdom is just investing in DC, and saving throws, yes, AC too, but same applies to dexterity anyways. Lastly, tons of creatures have high con saves, and really forcing con saves is the weakest saves in the game. This feature is already looking very, very rough. For some statistics, we're going to look at what Senile made a long time ago, link below. I recommend you open it and look for yourself. Straight out, this data isn't a set of every creature in 5e, by the way. It's only about 800 creatures, and only range from CR 0 to 20. Still though, this is a large sample of value. The web and hypnotic I cover in my entangle and web video. If you're interested in that aspect of the statistics, watch that video. Here we're exclusively interested in Stunning Strike. You'll notice that Stunning Strike is doing well in this data with web. In reality, it's not really as good as it might look. Senile agrees. For example, Stunning Strike spam on 3 attacks has an average of 72%, which looks high, but that's going to burn through most of your ki at level 5 to 7. It only targets 1 creature and only stuns for a single turn instead of multiple turns. Weapon Hypnotic can just potentially affect the whole encounter and last multiple rounds. Uh-oh. So is Stunning Strike good? If you look through the lens of a caster, it sucks, but let's not dismiss it that quickly. Everything sucks through the lens of a caster. And well, let's try to make it work. I enjoyed the concept after all, and it's different gameplay, you know? My opponent is strong and full of energy, so my opponent must lose a little wind. I fix my eye on the spot that will most diminish the brute's force by moving as my adversary moves. I breathe the key into focus, and then throw my strike to that spot. Did you feel immersed by my description? This video is sponsored by Describe, where you can get professionally written box descriptions of places, monsters, spells, items, characters, and everything really. This is a useful tool to optimize your words and really immerse the table. Skimming through these scenes of different places have already given me tons of ideas to throw at my players. Like they even do maps and describe things as you mouse over points of interest, kind of like playing Pillars of Eternity. You can easily shove these into Roll20 and other VTTs and use them. That's super optimal, and they have over 6,900 scenes. Lots of them are even written by past Wizards of the Coast people too. I highly recommend you check them out, and if you do, please press the link in the description. That helps me too. dscribe.com/packtactics. If you like what you see, they hope to earn your subscription. Use the code PACKTACTICS at the checkout to get 10% off your first subscription payment. That's PACKTACTICS in one word, by the way. Back to the video. The good news for Stunning Strike is it does have things going for it. Stunning casters, burning legendary resistances, and especially DMs who run single target monsters. This is where Stunning Strike works. These are cases where going into melee is beneficial. That's very unique for me to say because I'm one of the biggest advocates against melee in the community. But overall, like general usage, like a big enemy going into melee, it's a decent resource investment. Stunning Strike is okay-ish in itself. It's just that it's got so many things going against it, like melee being so bad in this game. And the fact that monks don't have the ASI to raise the DC if they want any feats. Anyways, majority of casters, rules as written, don't have the shield spell at all. It's very strange to see an archmage, for example, not have shield. And that's a good thing for the monk. Well, that's a good thing for everyone, really.
But Kobold, DMs put shields on their casters.
That might be true. I have no idea. There's some casters DMs normally don't put shield on, like a priest NPC, because they have the cleric spell list.
But Kobold, why not just kill the caster normally? Wouldn't just sharpshooter and crossbow expert, for example, just be enough damage to kill the caster anyways? Kobold, isn't death better than stun? Kobold, why aren't you answering me?
You just used my own argument against me. It's 100% correct. However, Stunning Strike is still good in this context. Like, for example, if you win the initiative order and the said caster goes right after you, chances are very high you alone won't be able to kill the target on the first turn. You need your team to add to that damage by having them do damage as well. With Stunning Strike in that scenario, you'll have a greater chance to stun the creature, and if you do, everyone has advantage against the creature, and it loses its turn. That will be plenty enough turns to kill the creature.
That's one scenario.
I know, and this video is very hard to make, and I'm trying to be positive.
Well then, Kobold, have fun getting yelled at by optimizers. Bye-bye.
To move on to single boss monsters, I think everyone agrees single boss fights usually aren't a problem. They're either very easy or hard. If it turns out to be hard, here's where Stunning Strike might have potential, and blowing all the key would be a good move. You would have to read the table though. If you end up in a fight like that, chances are very high you're going to short rest right after it. So I think it's fine to blow them all. Last topic, burning legendary resistances. This is the best feature in the game to burn them, even though it's con saves. I would say it's especially good now because Silvery Barbs exists. I already made a video about that, if you're interested. It was a mess. Normally, when it comes to fighting creatures with legendaries, the solution is purely damage because, you know, if the creatures fail to save, the creature can just decide to succeed instead. And usually these creatures will have 3 legendary resistances, with good save chances as well. So the safe bet is just to do damage instead. Even with a control character like a wizard, damage solves here much better than control, but that perspective changes if there's a monk in the party, so that's quite unique. This is all I had to share. The conclusion is I would only use this feature in these scenarios in general if I were to play a monk. Instead of okay-ish, this feature could have been really good if monks had more ki, but it is what it is. I think you get the point. Me and Dscribe hope to earn your subscription. Yes, a reminder, please check them out. Give them a chance. I think they're incredibly optimal. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.